MFA updates.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to MFA Update. You are here with me, Sasikan Sigate. Today, we will be discussing an important milestone in Thailand's international economic engagement, its ongoing accession process to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD. Earlier this year, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Sihasak Phuangketkaew, participated in the OECD Ministerial Council meeting 2026 in Paris, France, where Thailand reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening cooperation with the OECD and advancing its membership process. So what exactly is it, OECD? And why does joining this organization matter? How will OECD membership support Thailand's development and benefit Thai businesses and citizens? To help us better understand these important issues, we are pleased to welcome Mrs. Suwannee Arunsawadiwong, Director of the International Economic Policy Division, Department of International Economic Affairs. Let us begin our conversation.
The foreign affairs that matter. Special guests from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is the MFA updates.
So now Mrs. Suwannee is here with us. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Thank you very much for joining us today. It is our honor. As Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Sihasak attended the opening ceremony of the OECD and delivered a statement during the OECD plenary session headquarters. Could you please explain to our listeners the role and functions of the OECD in the international community?
Okay. Well, thank you for having this opportunity for us. Well, first of all, the OECD, or the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, is basically a platform where governments come together to share ideas and learn from one another. Its goal is very simple. It is to help countries develop better policies that improve people's life. In fact, its motto is better policies for better lives. So today, the OECD has 38 member countries. Most of them are from Europe and North America, but it also includes countries in our region, including Japan, the Republic of Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. The OECD began in 1961 to support Europe's economic recovery after the Second World War. But over the years, it has grown into one of the world's leading organizations that focuses on providing policy recommendations for governments, covering broad range of areas like education, health, the environment, taxation, digital economies, investment and good governance, and so forth. So I think at the moment, the OECD plays three key roles. The first one is it provides a platform for countries to exchange experiences and learn from each other. So instead of every country trying to solve the same problems on its own, they can share what works for them and what doesn't, so everyone can get into the good policy without their trial and error. And the second role is that OECD develops international standards and good practices. So these help governments improve policies in many areas that affect people's daily lives, from education and healthcare to business regulation and corruption. And third, the OECD encourages governments to make decisions based on evidence. So in other words, policies should be guided by reliable data and careful analysis so that government can deliver better results for people without trial and error. So in the past, many people saw OECD as a club for advanced economy, but that has already changed. Today, the OECD is working much more closely with emerging economies like Thailand and some other countries in Southeast Asia. It is also expanding its membership, and Thailand is one of the countries currently going through the accession process. So what I would say OECD's role today is much more than the rich man's club it was before. It has now become a global forum where a developed and emerging economy works together to address common challenges, whether that's the issue of AI, the green transition, supply chain resilience, governance, or inequality. So that's why Thailand sees OECD as an important partner for our future.
Thank you very much for the overview. Now, given that Thailand has not been an official member of the OECD and currently is in the process of membership, regarding this, could you please explain the direction of Thailand's foreign policy towards OECD and what is Thailand's objectives for being its member?
Yes. Okay. So I think, first of all, it is very important for us to understand first that Thailand is not joining OECD simply for the prestige of or the international recognition. The main reason Thailand is joining the OECD is that we believe that it can help drive reforms at home and make Thailand stronger and more competitive. As we all know, today's economy is very different from the past. Investors no longer look only at labor courses and tax incentives. They look at the quality of the country's regulations, transparency, good governance, skilled workforce, and, our innovation and sustainability. By working towards OECD standards, Thailand can strengthen this area and build greater confidence among investors and our international partners. As my Director General, Kun Rojigon, Director General of the Department of International Economic Affairs, has always says, joining the OECD is a bit like someone who knows they need to get into better shape, but hasn't been able to do it on their own. That's when the personal trainer comes in. You hire a trainer, not because they will do the exercise for you, but because they help you develop the right workout plan, improve your diet, and keep you on track. And at the end of the day, you're still the one who has to do the hard work. And I think the OECD accession is very much the same. The OECD doesn't change Thailand. Instead, it provides international experiences, expert advice, and good practices that can help us make better policy and carry out our reform more effectively. The decision will remain ours, but the benefit from learning from others who have faced similar challenge is what is more important. So today, Thailand has worked with the OECD for many, many years already, actually, for around 20 years. One good example of our work with the OECD is the PISA, the International Assessment of the Education System, where they measures how well the 15-year-old student applies what they're learning, reading, mathematics, and science in their daily life. And that reason, we have been working on PISA with the OECD for quite some time, and we have received a result which have given us quite valuable insights on how good our education is and what areas we need to improve. And it is just one of the issues that we work with the OECD. We also work with the OECD in the regional aspects. We have this thing called the OECD Southeast Asia Regional Program, in which we help develop with the OECD to work among the OECD member countries and the South ASEAN countries, and to improve their standard and reforms. Another process, what we think at the moment we are joining the OECD, and our accession process by itself is at the point we call the technical review process, whereby 25 expert committees of the OECD covering many areas such as investments, taxation, education, environment, digital policy, public governance, and so on, are working with us to review our regulations, review our policies, and see how it complies with the OECD standards. So the government has set the goal to complete this accession process by 2028, which is not very far from now, about 2.5 years only. And this is not something, we know that this is not something the government can achieve alone. Success will require support from many sectors, including the parliament, the businesses, academia, civil society, and the public. So we are working with them in a whole of government and whole of society approach. At the end of the day, we know that OECD accession is not just about becoming the organization 39th or 40th member, but it's about using this opportunity to modernize our institution and strengthen our economy and improve the quality of the life of the Thai people.
Thank you very much for giving us a clear picture of the process. From the latest meeting, what issues has Thailand underlined?
For the latest OECD ministerial meeting that it happens in May this year, the meeting was a valuable opportunity for Thailand to do two things. First, we got the opportunity to share our views on some of the major economic challenges facing the world today. And second, we use this opportunity to build further support for Thailand's OECD accession. One of the main topics for this year's MCM meeting was industrial policy and how the government can promote economic growth while keeping the markets open and competitive. Our key message that was delivered by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs was that industrial policy should help countries prepare for the future. This means investing in innovation, developing people's skills, supporting the green transition, and strengthening regional economic integration. At the same time, these policies should not create unnecessary barriers to trade or investment. Another important issue we stressed was about sustainable investment. Our Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kun Saran, stressed that the green transition is not only about protecting the environment, it is also about creating new economic opportunities. Countries can attract green investment, develop clean technology, and provide clear, predictable rules will be in a much stronger position for future development. So apart from the Deputy Prime Minister and our Vice Minister, the meeting, we also show a strong Team Thailand approach in this meeting. Representatives from, we have high-level representatives from the Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Finance, and the Thai Trade representative. We all work together to present Thailand's view on important issues such as trade, competitions, and sustainable economic growth. And the second point, which is just as important as the first, the views, Thailand's view on major economic issues, was the opportunity to build further support for Thailand OECD accession. During the bilateral meetings, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs have received encouraging supports from the OECD Secretary General and ministers from several OECD member countries like Japan. They have all give us strong support for OECD accessions. And we also have our Team Thailand also have several chances to exchange experience with other accession countries and learn some useful lessons learned on how to move the process forward effectively. The most important issues are the political support and also how we can send out all this message of the benefits of joining OECD to the general public. So looking ahead, another important priority Thailand is helping Thai agency prepare for the OECD membership. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a strong role in doing so. We are working closely with some OECD members and partner countries such as Australia, Japan, the Republic of Korea, the United Kingdom, Poland, and some Nordic countries to do some capacity building activities in 6 areas, including anti-corruption, investment policy and responsible business conduct, human capital development and education, sustainability and the green transition, AI and digital transition, and social inclusions. Overall, we are trying to make sure that our society and whole of government are ready to participate in our OECD accession. And we want to send this meaningful message to the OECD member countries so that they would support our journey.
After Thailand's accession to the OECD, what are concrete benefits that Thai people would gain?
This is a very, very important question. I think the benefits can be seen in 3 main areas. The first is that better rules and better government. OECD membership will encourage Thailand to improve our laws, regulation, our public service, so that they are more transparent, efficient, and in line with the international standards. This may sound technical, but actually it affects our people's daily lives. When regulations are outdated or unnecessarily complicated, they create extra costs for both businesses and the public. So by reviewing and simplifying these rules, we can make it easier to invest, we can make it easier to do business, and make it easier for people to access government services. This will, of course, strengthen Thailand's competitiveness and make our economy more attractive to investors. The second benefit is that it creates greater economic opportunities. The OECD countries accounted for about half of the world's economy and global trade. So becoming a member would help Thailand build closer link with this market and attract more high quality investment, as well as our product would be more ready to be traded in the OECD member countries because we have the same standard that they used. So one thing that we always stress is that quality investment is not just about bringing the capital into the country, but it brings in new technology, new innovation, which will translate into better jobs and better opportunity for Thai business, including the SMEs to become a part of global supply chain. So over time, they can grow in the global arena. And the third, and which is I think is the most important benefit, is that we hope it will create a better quality of life by using the OECD standards, which is the world standard in many areas. It will help us improve the Thai standards in important areas for our lives, such as education, healthcare, labor protection, environment, and public services. So if we can learn from the good international practices and use reliable data that the OECD can provide us, we can shape better policies. So government can make better decisions and make a decision that responds more effectively to what we really need, what our people really need. So over time, we hope that it will lead to a better public service, stronger educational system, and better skill development, cleaner environment, and better protection for our consumers. So in the end, to sum it all up, OECD membership is not simply just about joining another international organization. It is not about joining the rich man's club. It is about creating a stronger economies, a stronger and better, more effective government, and most importantly, to bring about a better quality of life for the Thai people.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Suwannee Arunsawadiwong, for joining us and sharing your valuable insights today. สวัสดีค่ะ And that was Mrs. Suwannee Arunsawadiwong, Director of the International Economic Policy Division, Department of International Economic Affairs, joining us and sharing the valuable insights on Thailand's engagement with the OECD and its path toward membership. As Thailand advances its accession process, closer cooperation with the OECD reflects the country's commitment to strengthening international standards, promoting sustainable economic growth, and enhancing opportunities for businesses and citizens alike. While the accession process requires continued reforms and cooperation, it also marks an important step toward increasing Thailand's competitiveness and integration into the global economy. Thank you to our listeners for joining us today's program. We hope this discussion has provided a clearer understanding of the significance of the OECD. I am Sasikan Seegate. See you again until next time. สวัสดีค่ะ
MFA updates